Hey guys, welcome back to the Mac lessons. In this lesson, we're going to be covering how to set up the computer if we do have an aux keys player and a piano player. Now, just for the sake of time, we're going to consider that we're not going to be playing with tracks. If we are playing with tracks, I will go ahead. At this point, I will go ahead and set up the tracks and have it ready for you. All you have to do is get everything else settled. So don't worry if we play with tracks. Let's just act like we're not playing with tracks that night. Because reality is, who knows if we'll be playing with tracks when you're watching this or not. So let's just act like we're not going to be playing with tracks. So in this case, the aux keys player will be responsible for setting up the computer and setting up, because that's how we run our aux keys. We run it through the computer. So let's just say you're starting. So the first thing you need to do is go ahead and open up the student node track. Okay. It'll be the same setup as the last lesson as far as getting your clicks ready. You won't have to put a pad in this because you're going to be running a pad through your aux key. So all you got to do on this is set your clicks. So just a recap, if you want to do that, click on whatever you want to change, hit Command R, put the title space, your BPM space, and your time signature, then click off of it. If you play it and you do not have a click playing, then you want to highlight those. For some reason, Ableton automatically unhighlights those even if you save it. So just make sure that you highlight those and you will get a click. Okay. So you want to open that. Let's just minimize that. So you get your clicks ready, turn your dots on, and your click is ready for that night. And if you have a question about how to find the BPMs and all that, watch session 1 and you'll learn all that. Okay, so let's minimize that. So now in order to get your aux key set up, the first thing you want to do is you want to go to Student Main Stage and open aux keys concert. Sometimes it takes it a second. Okay, so everything's set up on here. And how this is set up is this is your piano, so it won't make a noise, but that'll give you a piano sound. The ambient pad is just a normal pad running behind you. So like if you click that, it's just going to run an A pad behind you the whole time. Okay, and the soft pad is actually what we play our aux keys on. Okay, so that's going to give you the moving pad sound. Okay, so you want to have this open and have this sitting on the computer stand at the church. Now, before you do anything else, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and set your the piano stand up and put the aux keyboard on the stand and plug in your pedal. Before you plug anything up to the computer, plug in your pedal, okay? Because if you don't, it kind of jacks up how everything translates on the computer. So get Ableton up, get your clicks ready, pull up aux keys concert from the folder Student MS. Once you get that pulled up, go ahead and put your piano stand and your aux keys keyboard on the stand, plug your pedal in, and then you're ready to hook it up to the thing. Now, the steps on how to do that, it's kind of hard to do on here. So what I'm going to do is I will do an explanation, and then the next video I will actually put up, me actually setting up the keys just in case you have any questions. It'll be a really short video, but I will do it. So just to answer any questions. But this should cover it all. So once you have all that set up, your Mac in front of you, your aux keys, and your pedal plugged in, you are going to find something that looks like this in my bag. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to get that out of my bag. And if you're looking at the screen of my computer on the left-hand side, you want to plug that into my computer, okay? Now, after you plug that in, there's also an orange cord in my bag. Pull that out, and it will be, you want to plug that into the aux keys behind the keyboard, and then it'll leave you on the other end of that cord with a USB. You will want to plug that USB into this, and that's what connects it to my computer. And once you do that, you'll kind of see the lights come on my aux keyboard, and you'll know that it is set up. Now, when you do this, in the middle of my keyboard, you'll see 3 arrows that light up red. You want to click each of those arrows and get them off there, because if not, it'll make a buzzing sound. After you do that, on the right-hand side of my computer is an aux cord insert. Somewhere right there where the keyboard is, you will see an aux cord laying there. You want to plug that aux cord into the aux cord side, which is on the right-hand side. That is what gives you signal to the front house. So if you just don't know what an aux cord is, I'll just look one up quick. It's going to kind of look like something like that, okay? And that's what will plug into the right-hand side of my computer. After that, you're good to go. I have my aux keyboard set up to manually move these on the keyboard, and you should already know that just from like lessons with me. I'll teach you how the aux keyboard works. This is kind of just to put it all on a video, so if you ever have any questions, you can't figure it out. Now, for aux keys, usually the setup we run is whatever key we're in, we'll turn a pad on behind you, okay? Then we'll bring the piano all the way down. We'll keep the soft pad and the ambient pad all the way up, okay? Now, just to kind of a little bit of troubleshoot stuff, if you're not getting any signal from the front of house and everything's unmuted on the soundboard, you can see piano, soft pad, all that stuff. So we have signal right here. That means it's turned up, but we're still not getting it. So what you want to do is this right here. Make sure these right here are turned up. This is your main volume. So if this is like turned down or halfway up, go ahead and turn that all the way up to 127. Okay. All this does is you never want to mess with this right here. And if something's fishy, just always make sure that these outputs are all the way to the right. Okay, and here's your main volume, which is right here. So after that, your keyboard should be set up fully for running aux keys. And like I said, I'll kind of make a short video of how to set all that up tomorrow when I'm at the church, but that's just kind of like me getting it on a video, showing you, okay, set up your click here, open your main stage, and go from there. But it's really not hard. I try to have everything super simple. So like, I've already got this up. So once you click on this and it comes up, it's pretty self-explanatory, and you shouldn't really have to do any work per se. I don't know what my computer's doing right now. I've messed up. Shouldn't really have to do any work per se, because I will save all these settings. But sometimes computers do weird things, and the reason why we turn the piano down right here is because we actually have a piano player. So you just want to, aux keys is just a moving pad behind the piano, which adds a lot of dynamic in a worship set. But usually I try to have everything set up to where it's run smoothly. You just plug in and you're good. But computers do weird things sometimes. Sometimes they just mess up, and I want you guys to be able to troubleshoot the click, troubleshoot if the pad is not working. Usually, if the pad's not working, you've either not got it plugged in on the right-hand side through your aux cord, or these two things, all these are not turned up, or these are not turned up, or these right here are kind of to the side or something. You always want them to be at 0. Or these are not there. And sometimes it's as simple as your master volume's all the way turned down. So watch this. Here's my master. Watch this when I turn my master volume down. Okay, see it? It's moving the output 1 and 2 all the way down. So just make sure your master's all the ways up. Kind of the way I see if everything's working is I will plug everything in, and then I'll just turn on a pad in the background and make sure it's unmuted in the back of the house. And if that's working, I know I have signal and I'm good to go. Now, sometimes what I do, depends how they have it mixed. Sometimes I'll bring this ambient pad down some, so my soft pad will be kind of louder. This is just to save you, just in case like you are not holding cords or something, we still got a pad behind you. So if any of this doesn't make sense, let me know and I'll try to clear it up. But yeah, aux keys player is always responsible for setting the keys up. And just to kind of speak to the piano and the aux keys player, I'm not making this mandatory, but I think it's a good thing. Like, you guys do this together. So if you're playing piano, don't just take it upon yourself to come at the time of rehearsal. Like, text the other person who's playing aux keys and say, hey, I know you're playing aux keys and you got to set the computer up. What time do you want to meet at the church and get it all set up? So that way, it's always easier with two because, you may miss something. You may not know, what to do or anything like that, or you may be troubleshooting and miss something and you can help them. And even it's just like honoring them and helping them set up the keys, because sometimes it can be a lot. I would give myself at least 30 minutes if I'm playing aux keys to set everything up and make sure, I'm good, I have signal and all that. So I hope this is helpful and beneficial. If not, I will try to explain it and redo it. But rather than that, I will see you guys tomorrow when I make the actual setup of things in person. See you guys.